today's video I'm doing a makeup and a story time. And I'm sorry if there's like a lot of background noises because no, I have siblings, y'all, and they are, that's what you guys need to know. They're noisy. Okay, so this story is about my first ever American crush because I wasn't really raised in America, and when I first came here, I wasn't really into boys like that. So it started in middle school, and we were going to this camp. What should I call this camp? I don't know. Let's just call it Kikiwaka camp. And the guy, we're gonna call him Ki because that's the easiest name right now for me to remember. So yes, I was in middle school and he had a girlfriend, right? Because he had a girlfriend, I literally couldn't even approach him. As I was saying, he had a girlfriend in middle school, so I couldn't approach him. And then later, like a few days later, I found out that he actually go to this camp called Kikiwaka, and not only him, a lot of people went to it too. So after I found out my friends go to it too. So like, ooh, I should go. And I think I was in 7th grade at the time, so I was like, ooh, a great time to actually go to this camp. And then it was like a month before the camp to go. So I tried to like get close to Key. I talked to his friends and then whatever. I actually got close to some of his friends, but I never got close to him. I was like 13, actually 12, because I have a late birthday. I was 12 at the time. So I tried to get close to his friends, which it worked out. So I tried to talk to him. It never worked out. I'll go to Kikiwaka camp, right? And then it was the time to go first. Actually, I almost didn't go because my parents didn't want me to go because it was on Sunday. We go on Sunday. We stayed there for like, I think it was like 4 days, and then later, after 4 days, then later we leave for the camp. But yeah, so I cried and my parents let me go. So I was like, oh, I'm going. Then I went. But I thought when I go, I was like, ooh, you know, the first person I'm gonna see is Key. But no, I found out guys and girls live in 2 different houses. Like the girls live in their own place, the guys live in their own place. So I couldn't really talk to Keys unless we were at lunch or we were put in the group. So unless we're in the same group or at lunch, then I could talk to Key. But I really did not have a lot of time to talk to him. And then oh my gosh, we stayed there for a whole week, and you're telling me I still did not pull this man. It was crazy, but I never pulled him, but just another. Actually, I think I did. I don't know. Anyway, so we went to the camp, and it was like an hour and 30-something minute drive from where it was. It was very fun. Like, me and my friends really enjoyed it. And yeah, my friends never really know. Actually, I think they did know. I only went to the camp because I found out Key go to the camp too. So it was my 7th grade year, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna get him. You know, I never really had a boyfriend. So I really didn't know what I was doing either. So just like, ooh, I know I like him. So like, you know, I should go for it. Yeah, that's not the good thing to do. So I went to the camp and we stayed there for a week. And Key, he was fun. You know, he was nice. He was actually a gentleman. He helped the girls do stuff and stuff. So like me here, I'm just falling for him even harder every single day we stay at the camp. And then we had this talent show at the end of the camp day, but then I want to do it, but my friends, they said they couldn't do it, so I was really hoping me and my friends could do this camp together. The talent show together, but we couldn't do it. But Keith and his friends, they did it. So yeah, every girl cheering for them. They think they're cool. It was in 7th grade. I really don't expect anything better. Like the rest. Okay, just FYI, I already did my eyeliner because my phone was overheating and I couldn't do it on camera. But yeah, so as I was left after the talent show, a lot of girls started having a crush on him, and one of the girls had a crush on him. She was a 5th grader. Let's call her Emily. Yeah, let's just call her Emily. Emily had a crush on Keith too. So, and the difference between her and me, she probably had a boyfriend experience and stuff. So after she had a crush on him, she wanted to talk to him. And he don't really have like a lot of girls approaching him. So he talked to her and they become so close. At first, I thought it was like, just a one-time thing, and he won't, play with her like that. Like he won't mess with her like that, right? And I was wrong. These dudes, they talked to the whole summer. I mean, the whole days we were at camp. They talked. They became close and stuff. Like, oh my gosh, I was just like, you know what? I don't even have a chance to talk to him anymore at this point. So I won't talk to him until she stopped talking to him. And I remember my friend telling me like, yo, Annie, I thought you had a crush on that guy. Why don't you talk to him? I'm like, oh, because that girl's talking to him. She's like, oh yeah, she likes him too. So girl, you should talk to him before she tell him that. And I was like, yeah, so I should. And I was saying hi to him. And then I found out they were talking, like you were doing a talking stage at the time. Even though she was in the 5th grade, she was like, what, 10 years old, 11, and it was almost like 14. I was surprised. That was like, I don't think he'll mess with her like that, but I was wrong. That dude actually messed with that kid, and they end up dating. I cried the whole camp, and we went back to school. After we went back to school, I still cried, but he definitely did not know I was crying because of him. That was cool, but they did it for like a few months. Like let's say maybe they did like 4 months, and then they broke up. They broke up after the 4 months of dating. I was like, okay, that was fast. After they broke up, to be honest, I never even really talked to him ever again because it was the first time thing, and I never really did in middle school after that. Like he was just my first time crush, and probably my last middle school crush, because after him I never really dated or like anybody after that. So yeah, but then 8th grade year I moved in a different school. He stayed there. Actually, he stayed there for a few months, and after that he moved too. And then after that I never really talked to him again. But then on my sophomore year of high school, I found his Instagram. I did find his Instagram. So I followed him, he followed me back. And then I got Snapchat. Don't ask how I got it. Actually, I got it because his highlights, he put Snapchat. And I sent me a snap, and they were searching his snap back and whatever. But we like really never talked. But I was like, since he followed me back, because he really don't follow a lot of people back. It's like those kind of guys who like, I don't know, who have a lot of follow but don't follow a lot of people back. So I was like, oh, since he followed me back, he definitely remembered me, from middle school, because they actually had the same class. We were in the same year too, so I wasn't surprised. But then instead of me telling him how I used to like you, I left him with not saying anything. It's like we're following each other for these years, and without saying a word to each other. And until now, we still follow each other on Instagram and stuff. And I haven't followed him. I mean, I haven't told him how I actually felt about him. And bro, he changed. And I swear to God, he changed for the better. He looked better now. Everything. I mean, in middle school, he still looked good, but now he look way good too. Like, oh my gosh, I mean, I'm not surprised. We are all seniors now. Upcoming seniors, so like, I'm not surprised. But like, yo, like, do the workout now. I'm like, he work out here. No, he just looks nice. Like it's so fun because like I was like I thought like he never really noticed me in middle school. Like we had the same class, we had the same lunch because my middle school, like depending on your grade, the whole grade year had the same lunch. Like if you're in seventh grade, the whole seventh graders have the same lunch. The whole sixth grader have the same lunch, like that. So I'm really surprised that he actually noticed me because he never really talked to me. Like we bump into each other, and the only thing we say to each other is like, "Oh, I'm sorry," or like "My bad," and that's it. We really never talk. Oh, it's coming out. Oh God, this is like, yeah. So I still like his until now. I know that for sure. Actually, I don't like him because I really don't like him. I take that back. I don't like his no more. But I feel like it's nice to just still talk or know people from like your other school because I don't live in the same state you live in no more because I moved. So we don't live in the same state, but I still like know what he's up to because we follow each other on social media. So yeah, that's my story of my first American crush. I'm not surprised at all. I never told him if I like him. That's even my crazy part. Like, do I regret it? No, but like I am all wrong highlight. But I'm really. Oh, so me and Keith we didn't talk to each other, and I think I feel like him, but I don't like him. But he's just one of those people that like I'm glad I met him because without him, to be honest, I wouldn't even know how to say crush. Like that feeling of like excited to see person, I wouldn't even know. So I'm very thankful, and I'm very thankful that we're still friends, even though we barely talked and we barely even talked before that. I'm glad we are friends, and yeah, and I guess oh yeah, and this is my final look. Yeah, probably people can say because it's a bit of a clean girl makeup look. My that would be the end of the video, and I hope you enjoy it. Comment down below if you like my makeup look, and I'll see you next week. Hopefully with the better content because I feel like this is low-key boring and really not what I usually do. But yeah, and that'll be it. And I'll see you next week. I think. Bye. Oh yeah, and my phone actually had a warning about my phone being overheated too. That's why you could not see me do my highlight, which I did. Please, y'all can see it. I did my highlight, everything. I already did it. Period. Yo. And I'll see you next week.